Third, this prompt payment bill, Madam Speaker, because I was building the background, I want to thank Senator Omar, one of my members of public accounts and also a renowned accountant, well-established finance expert, for coming in with this bill as timely. This prompt payment bill. And I think this, and I want to encourage Senator Omar, Madam Speaker, this is one of the things that you will leave an indelible mark in the legislative process and in the history of Parliament of the Republic of Kenya among the Commonwealth countries, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the issue where one issue, there is no written contract for the 90 days, I think that is realistic, Madam Speaker, where the payment, when you supply your things, maybe a company is pre-qualified. Let's assume during COVID era, you supply pharmaceuticals, and there is no written contract. This law has provided that within 90 days, there must be payment upon, of course, the process of completion of works. If it is supply, of course, invoice, among other things, Madam Speaker. And of course, in line with Public Procurement and Disposal Act, the Procurement and Asset Disposal Act, of course, among other procurement, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, there is this public procurement, and I think this one PPOA, something that looks into dispute when there is the issue. We have a lot of complaints, Madam Speaker, where award of tender is involved in a lot of recurs. And therefore, they must follow the law in terms of procurement process. Madam Speaker, we have argued this, that why would counties and national government, for example, procure without having the money? Where is the procurement plan? Madam Speaker, in what we call IFMIS, Information Financial and Management Information System, I think we need to amend the PMF Act, Madam Speaker, and look at the regulations. Because why would I give you supply to supply water to this chamber if I don't have the cash? Why don't we wire it in such a way, and there was a proposal by government then, that you must display the people you have awarded contracts, Madam Speaker. Why don't we tell counties and come up with a law both nationally and at county level, you cannot spend what you do not have? I think, Madam Speaker, you are a senior learned colleague in this profession, and you are aware that you cannot sell what you do not have. For example, there is a principle, Madam Speaker. And therefore, we must bite the bullet and agree that in your procurement plan, in the FMEs, you can only spend when you have money. So if there is a disbursement, I'm aware counties, Madam Speaker, are being owed almost 90 billion in terms of disbursement. And I've seen the equalization fund disbursement, I don't know, county allocation disbursement, Madam Speaker. There is an aspect where 90 billion. For example, when counties receive 90 billion, I don't find it a problem, Madam Speaker. Then they can now implement their procurement plan. Because one of the shocking things is, one of the audit queries is late exchequer releases. Because now the problem, we are heading to the financial year, Madam Speaker, this financial year, the Treasury opens FMEs up to midnight. I don't know why. I've never understood why Treasury behaves like night runners. My neighbors, the night runner is not a bad thing, but I don't know why they operate like night runners in terms of opening and I can see Senator from Mutembei smiling excitedly when I mentioned the night runners. Or young people call it usiku sako, Madam Speaker. People who have become more active at night. So I don't know why the FMEs is open up to the last day. Then you expect counties to spend, and that is how corruption is. Madam Speaker, you remember the former ambassador said that corruption is budgeted in Kenya. And at that time, he put a